Okay, morning YouTube. Beautiful English rural countryside. Set up the Bugout trailer. There's an awning that goes over the top of it. I haven't bothered to set that up because restricts the light. It makes filming a little bit tricky. But set it up last night. There's the BOT, and just want to give you a quick whistle-stop tour of the camp, really. Going to light up this potbelly stove that I made myself out of an old gas cylinder, and you know, walk around the countryside as I go. Just pick up fire bundles and a bit of kindling ready for getting a brew on. But made it out of an old helium sort of balloon cylinder. Just zip the top off, put a door in it, shelf, hole in the back for the chimney. Always stake the chimney to something fairly sturdy, so I've just put that picket in the ground. But there you go, going to spark that up for you. I think it's quite interesting. All I need to do is just light my fire in this little tray, and then pop it into the potbelly stove. Always a good test of if you've got a good camp or not. Just make yourself a brew. Here we go. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, got a little bit of cotton wool with some petroleum jelly on it. A couple of those in the tin. Brilliant kindling, brilliant fire starters are pine cones. They've got the pine oil in them, and all you've got to do is dry them out. Give you a nice flame. The old fire steel. Let's see how we get on. Okay, there we go. That's a nice little flame. Put the pine cones on it. Really getting that pretty instant fire. Like I say, you know, when you're out and about walking in the woods, pocket full of pine cones. Put them in your kit. Brilliant kindling, pretty top notch. Other thing I tend to do is when I'm out and about, I'll just make these little fire bundles. Just pick them up, dry twigs, wrap a twig around them, tie them in a little knot, stick one in your coat or in the top of your bergen, so that when you get back, all you got to do, just put your fire bundle on the top. Okay, that's going to go into the bottom of the potbelly stove, and when it takes, what we'll do is we'll start putting some more slightly bigger wood on it until such time as it's rocking. Get the kettle on. Let's see if we can make a nice cup of tea. Okay, there you go. Put the tray in the bottom of the potbelly stove. Bit of wood in there. I found a couple of bits of timber off an old pallet on a walkabout, so brought those back to split those down, and there you go, potbelly stove. Got a brew on. Let's give it a whistle stop tour of the rest of the camp then. Got a Peak twin burner petrol stove, unleaded petrol. Use that because I use the fuel not only for the stove but also for my little generator. In truth, all I really use this Jenny for is recharging batteries, you know, phones, any kind of mobile gadgets, laptops, that sort of thing. And it can, you can make a brew on it with a travel kettle, and lighting of an evening if you really need it. So there's in the trailer I carry two 5-gallon jerry cans. There's one there, and there's another one at the other end there by the sink, and that's where I kind of wash up. It's ready there to kind of rock and roll. My tent's a Scorpion RV tent. It's a military tent. It hooked on the side of a armoured personnel carrier, and that's where the crew slept. But 4 people in there, no trouble at all. I made the timber frame for it purely because I didn't want to hook it on the side of my vehicle all the time. I want to be able to drive the vehicle away, obviously. Just on the floor there is some tools that I carry in the trailer. You know, I've got a sledgehammer, pickaxe, shovel, saw. There's a crowbar there, and little broom just for tidying up, but if we get stuck anywhere or we want to make anything, there's a few tools that live in the trailer. And then inside the tent, you know, I've just got a standard camp bed with a vacuum mattress on it, and it's good as gold. Okay, got that little trolley just for if and when I you know, get an opportunity to fill a jerry can up. There's nothing like having to lug it through the Ulu. That makes life a lot easier. This box is my kitchen complete, really. It's got about, if you were to, you know, have a decent main meal every day, probably last you a week without kind of incidentals. Really, the plan is that you just have to find yourself a water supply, and then you're pretty much good to go. Little table and chairs, who wants to be uncomfortable, and a couple of armchairs down there. There's an admin box in the trailer with half a dozen cups and plates and bits and pieces should you incur a little company. But that's my Bugout trailer. I've got electricity, I've got lighting. I think I've got all the comforts of home, really. I could probably stay out indefinitely if I really had to. And the more I use the potbelly stove, the less fuel I have to buy. And like I say, good as gold. Of an evening, what I do with that is I tend to let the embers die down, and then pick it up, take it in the tent, stand it on a large stone, and just radiates heat all night long. When you get up in the morning, the hot embers are still there, and throw some wood on. That's your brew for breakfast. It's a great little gadget. It cost me absolutely nothing to make. My whole ethos really is only making things that you can make with hand tools. So to make this, I used a hacksaw, I used a drill, I used a hand rivet gun, and that was it really. I could have taken it somewhere and had it welded, had it made into a much better job, but that's not really what I'm about. I'm about doing things that any regular guy or any regular person could just make. You know, that's as complicated as it is, really. You know, DIY skills is probably all you're going to need. But with this little trailer, you know, what I get is unlimited English countryside anytime I want. And if it all does hit the fan, you know, I think I could pack up, move out, and be pretty comfortable almost indefinitely. So that's the Bugout trailer, Scorpion RV tent, and my Land Rover Discovery. Back soon.